Welcome back to a new Food Reviews with Fatty. As always, I'm your host, Fatty, aka Jay. So we're going to be doing something slightly different today. This is considered a limited edition item. This is from actually a restaurant that I have never been to before, so this is going to be new for me and new for you. So what this is I actually decided that me and my father would order from Hardee'S, and this is called the Candied Bacon Frisco Burger. So what this is actually, it looks like a burger patty. It has this candied bacon, as I call it, like a sweet bacon. This comes traditionally with mayonnaise. I didn't get the mayo because this is going to be my meal for the day. And it's also got, it looks like a Swiss cheese and a Frisco sauce is what they call it, a Frisco sauce. I'm really not sure exactly what that entails exactly, but I know I've heard the name Frisco sauce before, so it's not entirely abnormal to me. So these do run at a hefty price. They're about $9 after tax, and they're served on a sourdough bun, so that's a little different. You get the sourdough. I'm gonna actually taste a little piece. And it doesn't really taste like sourdough, but you know, whatever. And here's the burger. You can see it's got the Swiss on both sides, and it's got the candied bacon, the tomato, and I imagine that's the Frisco sauce there on the bottom underneath the tomato. So, just for the record, this is another thing that I'm going to say. I wouldn't eat every day. Maybe like today, since I'm going to a concert tonight. I'm gonna go see a Mr. Oliver Tree. Mr. Oliver Tree, I'll see you at the pier, buddy. Meet me at the pier at 6:30. It's on. So yeah, I'll be going and seeing Oliver Tree tonight. So I decided to have lunch early, have dinner early. That way I can just go ahead and get my meal in, and then I can go from there to doing the intermittent fasting for the rest of the day. But I wouldn't suggest to have this sandwich every day, especially with the mayo, because this does ring out at a whopping 940 calories. With the mayo, it's 990, which is a lot of calories for just one meal. For this purpose, I'm doing for reviewing purposes, I'm splitting it in half, and I'm going to eat a little piece to see how it is, and then maybe save some for later. That way, this is my, like I said, my one meal for the day, basically. That'd be two meals technically, but I break it down into like a category of like, this is one meal total that I'll have throughout the day. And I'll have to say, this candied bacon I'm really impressed with. It's really tasty. Now the burger, that brings me a different question, because every restaurant has their own standards for the burgers. Recently I heard McDonald's is going to actually step up their burger game by making them juicier instead of dry, which might be good for the restaurant, because nobody likes a burger that's like so dry that it doesn't even have you can't, barely any flavor, like McDonald's has been for years. That's been the most stagnant thing I've seen for so long. But yeah, like I said, here's the burger. You can take a look at it in all of its glory there. It doesn't look too bad. I'm going to actually try it from one side and then flip side with the tomato on the opposite side to see if there's any difference as well. It's just something I like to do to decide whether I like the burger or not. Like I said, I've never had one of these. Never even eaten it at Hardee'S before. Sorry, Hardee'S. It's just I've lived in St. Pete for 14 years, and Hardee'S was the last thing that came across my mind because they're really expensive. Like I said, $9 for this burger. In its entirety, you can see it's like a regular sized burger for $9. Burger King's even about to bring back their sourdough melts, and they'll probably be like 2 for $6 most likely. But this was $9, so the value is definitely not there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right off the rip. But let me go ahead and try it this way, with the tomato underneath. Well, that didn't really work out because I was not able to get a full bite with everything in it. It was basically, I missed the bacon by like that much. So we're going to flip it this way now. With tomato up on the top. And if I can see if I can't get a bite of everything on this side. Okay, so my first opinion of this is the burger, the flavor of the burger mixed with the Swiss and the candied bacon. It gives it this sweet, kind of sweet and salty, but then the Swiss kind of changes it to a different flavor. But it's very pleasant. That's what I'll say. I'm going to take a third bite just to be sure that's how I feel about this, because like I said, with restaurants, it's a hit or miss. I will say, they did call this bread sourdough. I don't taste the sourdough. They also said it had Frisco sauce. And if Frisco sauce is just Swiss cheese, then whatever. I might have gotten janked out of the whole Frisco sauce thing. Unless they just call this the Frisco burger because it's a Frisco. Like San Francisco, maybe. Bacon and tomato and mayo and Swiss. Like I said, there's no mayo on this, but I feel like that's what they were trying to aim for, is like maybe like a San Francisco, like a California style burger. But I gotta be honest, I don't find anything really Frisco about this, if that's what the Frisco sauce was all about. However, and this, like I said, the sourdough don't really taste like sourdough bread either. But overall, it's a pretty good sandwich. In my case, for the value, I said no. Of course, thumbs down. This is not a very big sandwich. For $9 anyway. However, I will give a thumbs up. One thumb up. Nah, I'll give it two. Why not? This is actually a pretty good burger. Like I said, for the value, and I wouldn't eat this all the time because it's definitely a high-calorie sandwich, considering that it's one single sandwich, 900 calories, almost 1,000 calories. I'm sorry, 10 calories shy when you put the mayo on there. So that's something that I really feel that is not right, along with the price. The price should not be $9 for a sandwich. Hardee's, I don't know what you're thinking. I know it's your premier sandwich that just came out, and it's limited time and all that. But limited time doesn't mean you have to charge as much as you possibly can. I've said this a million times about restaurants on my videos, and the reason why I continually point this out is because I don't understand why the burgers are so expensive now. You know, I'd like to blame the world or the economy, but I'm just going to say go Brandon. And everybody's watching the video, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's like, it's almost like the government doesn't even care about us, the middle class, or anybody that's really struggling. They don't care. And, yeah, I mean, I just feel like that maybe they should really care about the customer first and really give us you know, discounts on food. You can sell more food if you sell it cheaper. That's all it is. This is like a $6 sandwich at best, not a $9 sandwich. Just for the record, I'm just saying it out loud. That's the truth. No ifs, ands, or buts. I do give it 2 thumbs up for the taste, but the value, no. And of course, I got my guy, Mr. Predicto, here. He's always with me. He's always my host on the show, and he always has something to say. So let's ask Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto, do you think that this Hardee's Candied Bacon Frisco Burger is any good? Ah, he agrees with me today. The man agreed with me finally. He says yes, I say yes. Yeah, it's a great burger. Just high priced for one burger. Maybe you guys can step it up a notch and knock those prices down a little bit, guys, because at the end of the day, it's sweet bacon. We all know this. When you say candied bacon, it means they just dipped it in some sugar, let it sit for a little bit, and then cooked it. End of story. So this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to everybody that stayed to the end of the video. I want to say thank you to everybody that liked, subscribed, and has rung the bell so far. If you haven't, please go do so. It would definitely greatly help out the channel. We do need the watch hours. I'm still working on 4,000. We're currently at 33,000 roughly, and I need at least 4,000 watch hours, public watch hours, not people that are subscribed. So anybody out there in the public, please do watch the videos. We're going to try to be a little more charismatic in some other videos. This is just my first time at Hardee'S, so I don't really have much to joke about besides the candied ham. Candied ham, yum. Candied bacon, candied ham. This ham is candied. I have to say though, I don't eat pork very often. Once in a while I'll eat bacon. But when I do, if it's good, it's good. I have to say this bacon is great. You can actually order this as a side for like $2 and some change, and they'll give you like 3 pieces of bacon also. I don't really know how that would be considered anything. They call it a snack pack. But yeah, I mean, that's still kind of pricey for a few pieces of bacon, $1 a piece. But it's actually some really good bacon when it's on the sandwich. So yeah, I just thought I'd say that as well. But either which way, thank you all for staying to the end of the video as long as you did. And if you didn't, that's okay too. You're all welcome to the channel. Nothing but love here. Nobody excluded. Whoever wants to watch, watch. And I'll try to be as entertaining as possible with the most honest reviews that you're ever going to see. You know, some people might have called it how they want to call it. I call it very honest. Also, I'm not a sponsor of Hardee'S, but Hardee'S, if you want to sponsor me, go ahead and shoot me a line. And anybody else who wants me to do honest reviews of their foods, please do put it in the comments below. If anybody wants me to do a review of a food, put it in the comments below. Also, one more thing. If you'd like to donate to the Patreon, or you'd like to buy some merchandise, which either one can help out the channel greatly, there are links in the description below. So please go do so if you choose to. In which case, I'm going to say thank you to all you lovely people for staying and watching the video. Thank you very much for all of you. And I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. So guess what? It's a day. And of course you know it comes next. Food Reviews with Fatty out.